So let's take a look at the other information that's there. And it says a runner completes 18 miles of a planned 30-mile challenge. Okay, so 18 miles are complete or finished, and then 30 miles is the total. So 30 miles total. So if we're setting up our equation for our percentage here, it is blank percent times the total of 30 miles equals what we finished. Again, because this percent represents what was finished right there. So what we have to represent as the result is the amount that was finished. And that is represented by the 18 miles that we've completed. So that's really the hardest part. Before we get to the calculation, obviously, but that's the hardest part. Just making sure you can contextualize what you see. So now that we've contextualized it, now we can move forward to solving. So I'll just put an X for that percent. And so what we have is 30 times X equals 18. And so we just have to get rid of everything around the X. And to get rid of the 30, we're doing the opposite operation, which is going to be division. We'll divide both sides by the 30, canceling out on the left, and we're going to have X equals whatever that's going to be. So let's do the long division. Let's get there. And that'll be 30 dividing into 18. Zooming in, we see that we have 30 can't go into 1. 30 can't go into 18. So this is where I'm going to use a decimal. And then those zeros that are always there, but we don't write them down, we're going to put that there. So to do this, now we ask ourselves, well, 30 can't go into 1 or 18. How many times does 30 go into 180? And that's going to be 6. Yeah, exactly. That's going to be 6. So we have that right there, and we're done. That's it. Subtract 180, no remainder. We're good. And so we have X equals 0.6. However, everybody, what's the problem? We finished the calculation, but the problem is that remember that percentages show up as decimals. Percentages show up as decimals. And so because of that, we have to turn it back into a percent. And it's always going to be how many times, everybody? Always going to be how many times? Twice, exactly. So we're going to take 0.6, move that decimal place over twice. 1, 2. So there's that 0 right there. So it'll end up being 60%. So completing the 18 miles out of the 30-mile journey means that you are 60% complete. And there we are.